Dr. Alan Mercer was the kind of man people trusted without hesitation. A well-respected physician in the small town of Willow Creek. He had spent over 2 decades healing the sick and comforting the dying. His gentle bedside manner and unwavering commitment to his patients earned him the admiration of the entire community. So, when he vanished without a trace on a cool September evening, shock rippled through the town like an unforgiving storm. At first, authorities suspected a random act of violence. After all, Willow Creek was not immune to crime, though it rarely saw anything beyond minor theft or domestic disputes. Mercer's car was found abandoned by the edge of Millstone Lake, keys still in ignition. There was no sign of a struggle, no blood, no footprints leading away, nothing but eerie silence. Detectives scoured his home, his clinic, and even his usual jogging trails for clues. It wasn't long before a different, more disturbing theory emerged. As they delved into Mercer's personal life, they uncovered something unexpected. He had secrets. A locked filing cabinet in his office contained records of several patients whose deaths had never been thoroughly questioned. Each case involved terminally ill individuals who had, coincidentally, passed away under his care. While nothing outright pointed to wrongdoing, the sheer volume of such cases raised eyebrows. Was it compassion? Or was there something darker lurking beneath his compassionate exterior? The breakthrough came when forensic analysts re-examined his patient files and found an unusual trend, an undetectable dose of a rare muscle relaxant in each of the deceased autopsies. The drug was difficult to trace unless specifically tested for, and under normal circumstances, it would look like a natural death. The local hospital, now under scrutiny, revealed that Mercer had unrestricted access to the medication. But that was just the beginning. A patient's family member, Clara Jennings, came forward with a chilling story. She had long suspected Mercer had ended her father's life prematurely. He had been in agony from late-stage pancreatic cancer, and one night, after a hushed conversation with Mercer, his suffering suddenly ceased. While the family had been relieved at the time, looking back, Clara realized how swiftly death had come after Mercer's visit. The investigation took a sharper turn when an anonymous tip led authorities to a storage unit rented in Mercer's name. Inside, they found vials of the same muscle relaxant, along with an old, tattered notebook filled with meticulous notes, names, dosages, and dates. It was a kill ledger. Yet, the biggest shock came when they discovered that Mercer himself may have been the latest victim. The forensic team found traces of the same muscle relaxant in his abandoned car. The dose, though not immediately fatal, would have rendered him paralyzed before death. Security footage from a nearby gas station showed a familiar face. Dr. Robert Caldwell, Mercer's longtime friend and colleague. The two had worked side by side for years, and Caldwell had been vocal in defending Mercer's character when he first went missing. Confronted with the evidence, Caldwell finally confessed. Mercer had revealed his so-called mercy killings to him one night over drinks, claiming he was easing suffering, not taking lives. Caldwell, horrified, had spent weeks grappling with the truth before deciding to take justice into his own hands. He had laced Mercer's drink with the very drug he had used on his patients, driven him to the lake, and left him to his fate. Mercer's body was found days later, submerged in the murky waters of Millstone Lake. His cause of death was confirmed, his own method turned against him. The town of Willow Creek, once united in admiration for Dr. Alan Mercer, now faced a painful reckoning. Was he a healer, a killer, or something in between? And was Caldwell a murderer, or had he delivered justice? One thing was certain. Trust once shattered could never be fully restored. The end. This is Serial Killer Uncovered. Subscribe and get more interesting stories like this.